So you might be asking yourself, why did he release 2 videos? Why would I release 2 videos at the same time on a Thursday night, on a midnight, on a Thursday at the same exact time? Well, the reason was because I happened to have been in town where both of these 2 customers, who happened to be brothers of each other, lived. And I surprised them with the 2 updated released videos when we watched them together. What I care about is the customer being happy and being surprised. And they are both neck and neck to be done in April. We chilled out. From here on out, we'll be doing staggered releases of videos. We drank some beer. We did a little Q&A. That's what it's all about, right guys? Having said that, let's get back to the E30 M3. The M3, E30 M3. I am being like a loser. Yes. In today's episode, we are going to be finishing this harness. That's right, we have to lay this whole thing out. We've got all of these clips and stuff that we gotta install, then we gotta lay the harness out, and we have to start finishing up the stuff in the trunk. This is a perfectly brand new and painted trunk, and there is a lot of trim that needs to be put in here. Not to mention the battery cable needs to be snaked around as well. But we have speaker stuff to put in here, we have the wire harness, we have spare tire stuff, we have jack stuff, we have trim and clips and all that stuff. Everything needs to be installed properly. So I want to just get the whole trunk done as well in this video. And then, of course, we want to finish wiring, putting the wiring harness around in the front as well. And, you know, maybe we'll start working on the headliner stuff in the next episode. Not today, but we do need to finish up stuff inside and in the engine bay before we start really moving on with other things. So guys, stand by. Hopefully you learn a little bit of something about how to put an E30 back together from scratch. Hopefully I'm detailed enough, and I don't want to miss a beat with you guys. I want you to see everything that we do step by step. All right, so I'm about halfway through the wiring harness install, and as you can see, it's taken a lot more time than I expected. And that's because, not because I don't know where things go. I know where they go. The thing is, when I try to reach back and pull the whole sub-harness back in order to get it where it needs to go, it gets tangled up in some other harness that's somewhere else. So then I have to kind of unravel all that and then get it to where it needs to go. And then that's just that one piece out of like 10 other pieces that need to have its own location to go. So the more that I do, the quicker that it gets as I'm continuing to unravel and locate places for all these things. But there's a lot of telltale signs. This here is a harness, the sub-harness for the relay and the sunroof and everything like that. I know that this gets snaked around over that, and that all these harnesses go and connect to the dash harness. This is the ABS. You know, we have all of our things that kind of go over the transmission hump, like all these right here. As you can see, all these right here is a telltale sign that they're window switches, right? So these are the window switches. That white one right there, that white one right there, and then this one here are for the doors. So it's kind of like you know roughly where things should go. So yeah, it's getting there. It's certainly getting there. So more to come. All right. After an hour and a half, let's take a break from working on the regular harness and start getting into battery harness land. I am retaping this because a lot of the old tape has really worn away, and I wanted to make sure that the tape that I use is good to keep these 2 battery cables attached to each other. Now back to the harness, particularly in the trunk area. Alright, so let's see if we can try this lock. As you can see, the lock itself has been reinstalled. The latching mechanism down here has been reinstalled. And with the light turned on, of course, you can see that the central locking motor has also been reinstalled. Now, the way this is intended to work is if you were to shut the trunk by pressing on this thing, there we go, and you lock it by pressing it to the right, that's essentially locking that mechanism on the backside, preventing you from unlatching it. But the second that you either unlock it or hold it and then press, you can see that you automatically unlock it. It's pretty nifty mechanical assembly, and we've proven that it works with the central locking motor and with the latching mechanism. Okay, so basically all of the latch stuff is complete. The license plate lights have been installed. Everything's wired up except this tail light. Now, why is that tail light not installed? I'll tell you exactly why. Looks like there was some sort of a defect on the lower side of the tail light underneath the reverse light, and you can see that this part of the plastic was melted in some way, shape, or form. And my customer looks like he got a pretty bad rap from a seller who sold him a defective product, basically. So this is going to get returned. We expect absolute perfection on this M3, and that's exactly what we're going to get. So a new taillight is on its way, brand new OEM, early model taillight. I'm telling you, these things are very expensive, not like the late model ones that are a lot cheaper. These are pricey. So let's just shift gears for a second and talk a little bit about why I took the rear bumper off. Now, not to mention the fact that I did forget to put these things back on, these things. I also forgot to put the VIN sticker right here. It goes on inside of the rear bumper on the quarter panel. There are a lot of VIN stickers that need to be applied to this car, and who better to supply that than Pukar Designs. Now take a look at all these stickers that we have here. These are all stickers by Pukar. And it comes in a full, complete set. You can check them out on their website. This is not sponsored by Pukar, but they do provide really, really cool stuff. I'm going to be doing the same thing on my E31. And as you can see here, we have all of our VIN stickers. And then this one is a very interesting sticker. This is actually the emission sticker that has the same kind of embroidery inside the sticker that prevents you from removing it. So we have to be very careful when we apply this. We have one shot at doing it. So we have to actually find places where all of these go, but I can tell you this, 2 of these VIN stickers get located on that quarter panel, so we're going to do that right now. The last thing, as you saw, we forgot to do was to put the side marker lights in. Now they're basically grommeted into the rear tail panel, and they kind of snake around and they go into the side markers on the bumper just like that. So glad we got that done too while the bumper was off. We got these done, we got the VIN stickers, and we are now ready to reinstall this bumper and get it set up. Just so you guys know, the wire that snakes back around actually plugs into the harness right underneath the cowling. So you can see that it plugs in right there, and that is where it will stay. You just got to tuck this up and use the holders that are inside of here to hold the wire in place with the rest of the harness. Now comes the moment of truth in the rear end of an M3 E30's life, and that is the sticker that goes across the bumper, the red trim. Let's do it. Damn! Looks good!
kidding. Just kidding. Just to size it up. Last thing I want to do is peel the damn sticker off, try to put it on and find out that it's too short or wasn't the right side, or if it was the front instead of the rear or something, you know. Come on. Give me some credit, guys. Come on. Now let me show you what it really looks like. All right, the other taillight just came in. I threw it on. Let's see how she looks.